Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Rebirth Batman. This is the gold label McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. I ordered them from the McFarlane Toy Store, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. It's part of the gold label collection. A gold label figure is simply a retailer exclusive. This guy is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. DC Multiverse Batman. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have 6 hands, gravity launcher, 2 heads, collector's card, and display stand. One side of the package, Batman from Rebirth number 1. Other side simply says Batman. At the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps. And on the back, here's Batman posed up from the comics. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get 2 of these Batman figures. One of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Alright. Now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, total of 5 interchangeable hands, 2 interchangeable heads, gravity launcher, and batarang. Before we tailor all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Batman, based off the Rebirth comics. We've already had a Rebirth Batman released a few different times, but this one has a cloth soft goods cape, and unfortunately it does not have a bendy wire in it. McFarlane is releasing some figures with plastic or rubber capes, some figures with cloth soft goods cape with wire in them, and some without. I'm getting frustrated with the ones without because they're just so inferior to the ones with them, and I can't imagine it costs that much to put a little wire in there. I'll probably have to look into adding my own wires to some of these figures. Anyway, back on track with the figure. He's from the Rebirth comics, which is pretty much the modern Batman comics. He has that signature Rebirth Batman symbol on his chest and belt. Let's take a closer look. So, start with the face here. He has that stern expression. He looks kind of angry. White lenses in the eyes. Semi-short ears. Like I said, the Rebirth Bat symbol on the chest. And that signature belt. Gauntlets. Double-jointed elbows. Double-jointed knees. Those Batman sort of symbols for kneecaps. The inside of the cape is purple. The outside is black. The Rebirth colors. Like I said, the cape doesn't have wire in it, and it even has that slot where the wire should go into, and you could even literally slip one in that little hole down there. My only issue is, it'd be kind of hard getting it to be secure up here. I guess I gotta just slip underneath there, which can be difficult, but I'm gonna have to mess with it. I don't have any wires, so I probably won't be able to do it during this video, but it's something for the future. The cape itself is made of that sort of shiny vinyl material. I'm not a huge fan, but when it has the wire, it just works so good. But here, it's just sort of there, and it's big, and it's ugly. Now, I've had this guy with the cape folded, sort of laying on it for the last several days, kind of like this, and that way it's sort of folding it into a shape that I want next to him, instead of just being giant and sticking out, which is exactly how it was at the beginning. I like the cape, just wish I had that goddamn wire. Anyway, I'll stop trying to beat that head horse with a stick. Figure, pretty cool, and he has a cloth cape, because he's really supposed to go with the Rebirth Batmobile. That's why they re-released this guy. And I thought to myself, maybe that's why he doesn't have the bendy wire, because that could get kind of wrinkled up and bunched up when put him into the car. But I still would have rather had it. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And I actually think the head sculpt is excellent on this guy, better than the previous Rebirth Batman figures they've made. And it has a pretty clean paint job to match. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. And then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Rebirth Batman. Suit looks just like the figure, the bat symbol, the cape, the belt. On the back, there's a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 5 hands, 3 left hands, and 2 right hands. Here's Batman with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers. And he has 1 additional left hand with the fingers completely extended. Now let's look at his heads. He has 2 heads, one with a Batman cowl, and 1 unmasked Bruce Wayne head. And I think both the heads are pretty good. It is kind of interesting if you look at them. The Bruce Wayne head is maybe ever so slightly bigger than the Batman head. The Batman head should probably be bigger than the Bruce Wayne head, as he has the cowl on top of his head. Not a big deal. Here he is, with the first head. This one has the Batman cowl, and I think it looks really good. And here's his second head. This is an unmasked Bruce Wayne head. The digital blue and gray version of the Rebirth Batman also came with the same unmasked head. Every time a McFarlane toy, or really any DC figure, comes with an unmasked head, a lot of the time I'm thinking, how can I make a civilian version of this character with this head? I really like the fact that this guy comes with both heads. It's not just a gold label unmasked version, because then I'd have to buy an extra one to take the head off and head swap it. I took this Jazzwares AEW Cody Rhodes figure and I thought it would be a good base for Bruce Wayne. Let's see how it works. Well, there you have it. I think it works great. Now, the head is not exactly compatible with the peg. The peg is far too small, so I put a little sticky tack on there, and the head sits pretty good. Cody Rhodes does have a tattoo on his neck. Would have to either use acetone to remove that or repaint the figure if I want to make this my Bruce Wayne, and I think that I will just do just that. Now let's look at his bat gadgets. We have a batarang and a grapnel launcher. The batarang is shaped like the Rebirth bat symbol. We've gotten this particular batarang many times before. And then we have the grapnel launcher. It's all one color. Got the hook at the top, and I wish that thing was pegged so you could remove it and have the grapnel launcher without that, or with it. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw that batarang. And then here's Batman holding and getting ready to use his grapnel launcher. Now to check out the reuse differences and similarities between this new Rebirth Batman and the original version. And at first glance, here are the quick differences. The paint job is different. The head is different. It's a better head sculpt and a larger, more appropriate sized head sculpt on the new Rebirth Batman. The original one was always too small. And then of course we have the plastic versus cloth softgoods cape. So let's take a closer look. Now the other thing, this guy's torso is just always twisted. It's like I just cannot fix it no matter what I do. I fix it and it just goes right back. This guy has maybe some minor issues there, but it's definitely improved. He's staying straight, whereas this guy just cannot for the life of me get him to do it. The gray is significantly darker on the original one versus lighter on this one. The bat symbol is larger on the old one, smaller on the new one. The belt is yellow versus gold. The cape is purple on the inside, black on the outside. The gauntlets are the same. The arms are the same. Stomach, diaper, legs, and shoes are all the same. They're both decent figures. I'd say it is an improvement, if only he had that damn wire. Here are all the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures that utilize this base body. We have 7 of them, and I'll tell you where each one is from. From left to right, the New 52 Batman that came with the Backlighter, then the Bloody Rebirth one that came in the Batmanverse Omega 2-pack, and then the original Rebirth Batman. In the middle, this new Rebirth 2.0 Batman, then the Frostbite Rebirth Batman, then the digital Rebirth Batman, and then the version that came in the Batman, Batwoman, and Clayface 3-pack. The Batman that came with the Mobius chair in Year 1 Batman shares some parts from the space body, but the torso is totally different, so I don't really consider it to be a full reuse. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.9 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. If you go to the top of the ears, about 7.1, maybe 7.2 inches tall. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, he can rotate side to side. He can look up a little bit, down pretty good as well. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got this butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increase the range of motion and covering the gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate and hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, rotate around, forward and back between the two. Pretty good range of motion in the torso area. Legs, complete with splits, McFarlane style hip joints, rotation. It's decent on him. Legs go forward, about that far, kind of go to the sides a little bit. Back, not much. Double jointed knees, and his ankle. Forward and back, rotate, tilt rock, and toe articulation. Here's a look at this Rebirth Batman on a rooftop overlooking Gotham City, and a closer look at the Rebirth Batman in hero pose. Here's both the Batman and the Bruce Wayne this Rebirth Batman provided for me, next to the Rebirth Batmobile in the Batcave. Try saying that 5 times in a row. Now let's check them out, next to some other action figures, starting off with some of the Rebirth Batman figures. Here's McFarlane's Rebirth Batman version 2.0, next to the original release. And here he is, next to Noble Toys Bendy Figure Rebirth Batman. Then, next to the DC Direct DC Essentials Rebirth Batman 2.0. And now, with Mattel's DC Multiverse Rebirth Batman. Next, with the DC Direct DC Icons Rebirth Batman. Here he is, next to the Jazzwares 5-inch Rebirth Batman. Here are all the Rebirth Batman figures from McFarlane, DC Collectibles, Noble Toys, Mattel, DC Direct, and Jazzwares. Here's McFarlane's entire DC Rebirth Bat family. The Signal, Ghostmaker, Tim Drake or Red Robin, although I think he's Robin in the comics now, Luke Fox Batwing, Barbara Gordon Batgirl, Nightwing, Batman, Ace the Bat-Hound, Damian Wayne Robin, Azrael, Spoiler, Red Hood, Batwoman, Huntress, and Orphan. We have a complete DC Rebirth Bat family, and I do appreciate that. Although there are a couple of versions that are not maybe the right one for the Rebirth, it all works out for me. Now let's check them out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the most recent Batman wave, and he looks like kind of a shrimp next to both of them. We have the Earth 2 Batman, Black Mask's Batman, Batman Incorporated Batman, DC Classics Batgirl and Scarecrow, and the Hush Riddler. Here's this Batman, next to the Batman Returns wave. Batman, Catwoman, Penguin, the Penguin Commandos, and Max Schreck. I still need to get the GameStop exclusive Penguin's underwear, and with any luck it'll arrive tomorrow. And here he is, next to both the pink and rainbow Batman figures. Then, next to the Walmart exclusive glow-in-the-dark Bane, and the cover recreation Emerald Twilight Green Lantern. Next, with the JSA Atom Smasher and Spectre 2-pack. And now, next to the 5th digital wave, Red Tornado, Batgirl, and Blackfire. Here's this Batman, next to the Wonder Woman vs. Godzilla 2-pack. And here he is, next to the most recent wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures. We have Batman with a Mobius chair and Dr. Midnight. I have the Platinum version of Dr. Midnight on the way from Big Bat Toy Store, but I'm on the hunt for 2 of Batman with the Mobius chair Platinum Chase variants. And while we're on the subject, I'm desperately on the hunt for both the regular and the Platinum versions of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Collector's Edition Beast Boy figures. If anybody out there can point me in the right direction, has some information to share, or can possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. Then, with the Ben Affleck Batman for the Flash movie that came with the Batcycle 2-pack, and the Page Puncher Joker figure. I still need the rest of the Page Puncher wave, Superman, Cheetah, and Extant. Hopefully I'll have them soon. Next, with the Jokerized and Nightmare Superman figures. Now, with the Red Platinum Guardian and Dark Flash. And finally, with the Season 2 Peacemaker figure. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they are typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and then work my way smaller. And I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is, next to several different McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. As you can see, he's a little bit on the smaller side of things, about the height of Nightfall, a little bit smaller than Noel and Detective Comics 1000, and considerably smaller than the Hush Batman. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys, here's Batman next to a bottle of Arrow Creek wine, and here he is with some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now with some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a good Batman figure, but he's got a couple things going against him. First of all, I think the head sculpt is great. I think the paint job of the figure is good. I like the cape. It is made of that vinyl material, which I have mixed feelings on, but it works really good for him. The thickness, the color, the purple on the inside, the black on the outside, it's great, except for the lack of a bendy wire. I'm really going to have to start customizing my own capes and adding bendy wire or copper wire or whatever to them. I'll have to try that pretty soon. That is like the main thing that is keeping this Batman figure from being awesome. Yes, he's also on the short side of things, and I'd rather him be like 0.2 inches taller. That would make a world of difference. If he was a tiny bit taller, although that's not an issue with this Batman figure specifically, but any Batman figure utilizing this Rebirth body, and his cape had a wire in it, he would be a freaking awesome Batman figure. As is, I say definitely better than good, but those are the things keeping him from being great. His accessories, unmasked head's fantastic, batarang, grappling launcher, 5 hands. I mean, everything's covered there. Sculpted paint job, great. Articulation, everything you'd expect. If I were to rate this guy, and it's a hard one, I want to give him a good rating, but those things, mainly the bendy wire, really work against him. So, I'll probably give him a 7. But if you had the bendy wire, I might give this guy an 8. It makes that big of a difference. It's a nice figure, and he's going to go good with the car, but I want just a little more. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys real soon.